Please identify yourself.
Howie of Appalachia.
Good afternoon. We've been expecting you. Please head to the back desk, where Lieutenant Wright is waiting.
This is the official deposition of Howie of Appalachia, Spruce Knob Channels. Time of deposition, 14:30 hours. This is an official document of the Court of Appalachia. Please speak slowly and clearly into the microphone for the purposes of the holotape. Please state your name, age, and current residency.
Howie of Appalachia, 27. Spruce Knob Channels.
Do you maintain that this deposition is given freely of your own will and is truth according to your oath?
I do.
Let's begin with the incident in question. Please outline the details of the incident for the record.
It was sunrise on the morning of the 5th. I'd spent the last 2 days on the border of the Mire and the Savage Divide, just near Hawk's Refuge, scouting out the best angles to capture some shots of the sunrise for my project on light as a motive. Haven't thought of a title yet, but the point isn't the sunrise, more a collection of how light, in any form, can influence the physiological reaction to a... You know what? Never mind. I was working on one of my latest projects.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of anyone around me, and I hadn't brought anyone with me. I know. You've got the same look everyone else has when I say that. It's dangerous. I get it. That's why I'm here, right?
Go on.
The pro snap was angled to the east, and I was on the ground, working the final tilt of the camera. I'm used to the sounds of wildlife, and generally, I don't get too worked up by being alone. I noticed, though, that the area was silent.
Silent as in there was noise and then not? Or right from the start there wasn't the expected sounds of the wilderness?
The first one. It was the only warning I had before the group stepped out of cover. I knew what they were when I saw them. One of them, a gentleman with a skull faceplate and mohawk, clearly was the chief. Boss, president, I'm not sure what they're called.
Warlord.
Yes, Warlord. A lady with some fierce eye pain called him that as they started to go through my small camp. I offered them caps straight off if they just leave me alone. Caps, my supplies, anything from my camp. But the man just laughed and laughed. Most people, regardless of who they are, seem to be content with the caps bribe and whatever else I've got stowed away. But not this guy. Turns out they'd been tailing me for the last 2 days, watching me like I was some sort of rad's tag. I tried to explain what I was doing, that I wasn't trying to invade a territory, that I was just there to snap some photos for my gallery. I don't think he was a fan of my work, or any work really, since he grabbed my camera, destroyed it, and ruined all the exposures I'd already taken. Weeks of work just gone. I knew I was in trouble when they wouldn't have the caps or supplies, so I did what any respectful photog would do. I ran. I ran like hell, just about pissing myself the whole way. Dude, I felt pretty damn good to be outrunning those assholes. That was until I ran out of ground. No place to go. I was surrounded. I'm pretty sure I was just some sort of passing sport to them. Like, literally. They took turns with me, telling me to try to fight back, but look at me. Assholes kicked me around like a soccer ball. Broke my leg. Hell, pretty sure the only reason I'm not dead is one of them kicked me so damn hard that I rolled away, and that dick kicked me right off the cliff. It's a miracle I managed to even hit that small outcropping and not bounce right off.
What did they do when you hit the outcropping?
Well, I couldn't really see them at that point, because one eye was swollen shut. I could hear them, though. Big guy was yelling at the one who kicked me, calling him a fucking idiot. I heard some shuffling and what I think was someone calling dibs on shooting me. Then Warlord said, "Nah, he's not going anywhere. Let him rot." That's the last I heard before passing out.
How did you get off the ledge?
Lady luck. I'd been in and out of consciousness for a day or two and somehow managed to not throw myself off the outcropping in the process. I didn't catch their names, but they looked like a pair of seasoned trackers. Not sure how they avoided the raiders, but they lowered a rope harness and hauled me up. It was the most excruciating pain I've ever felt, bouncing up that rocky surface with all those broken bones. There wasn't much left at my campsite, some scrap, rolls of exposed film caught in the brush, and a spare sack hood.
Well, I don't have any further questions for your deposition. Is there anything you would like to add to the record?
You know, it's never been the creatures of Appalachia that I fear. Those I can track, pacify, and hell, even tame. Those guys that attacked me, man, they didn't give a shit about the Caps. It wasn't ever about that. No, the real monsters of Appalachia, the ones I fear, are raiders. What drives my artistic abilities is an openness to many possibilities and a willingness to take on new challenges and engage creatively as often and in as many ways as I can.
Now we're gonna be face to face, and I'll lay right down in my favorite place.
Without art, the future is dark. No one will think freely and most likely be fearful of losing their life if they express themselves in an artistic manner. All humanity will be lost, and once humanity's lost, we're little better than the scorched.